Hello and good evening. Tonight's programme is about electronic information, an aspect of the new technology which is forcing huge changes on some of our most staid institutions. Microlife commissioned Andrew Neil, editor of the Sunday Times and a leading advocate of the new technology, to investigate three industries under intense pressure to update themselves. Here's his report.
The commodity that matters today is electronic information. In feudal times, wealth came from the land. In the industrial age, the country grew rich on ships and steel, coal and railways. Now, fiber optic cables and satellite links are the railways of the information age. And they've turned information into an international commodity, which can be traded, sifted through and used anytime, anywhere. Computers and modern telecommunications are at the heart of this information revolution. And every bit as much as the railways did 150 years ago, they're transforming the way we do business. The floor of the stock exchange, the heart of British capitalism, where shares in our major companies are bought and sold, and where fortunes are made and lost. Before too long, however, this bustling place could become just another museum, not because Britain will have gone bust, but because trading in shares will have gone electronic. The information technology already exists to allow investors to use their computer terminals to buy and sell shares. Now, if that catches on, as there almost certainly will, there would be no real need for a stock exchange floor.
The business end of the stock exchange would then look like this: a stack of telecommunications links distributing information about shares around the country. Under pressure from the government to update itself, the stock exchange has designed SEAC, a computer network that will allow a broker outside the exchange to get price quotes. It will be introduced in October.
What he'll get on the new system is the whole market in front of him at a glance by just looking at the screen, and he will have a clear definition of what the price of a security is at the moment he's looking at it. So in this case, we've got an example here where the price of ICI is 632 to 4, which means that if you're selling shares for your client, you must get 632 or better for him. If you're going to buy for your client, you mustn't pay more than 634. Right now, if you want to find out what the prices are in the market, you have to go in and ask people. Here you can see at a glance what they are, and then you have cut out that price finding out mechanism, and you can just concentrate on the dealing side.
SEAC is an example of a value-added network, VAN for short. It's a collection of individual terminals which are all linked into a central computer. The computer contains a huge amount of information and the software to process that information at incredible speed. The networks which access these large computers can stretch right around the world on satellite links, and most are privately licensed. At the moment, SEAC is simply distributing share information, but its computer is capable of allowing brokers around the world actually to deal in shares from terminals in their own homes. At present, the stock exchange won't allow that, but it will have to change its rules if it doesn't want to be left behind. In London, Reuters are already demonstrating an American network which allows you to buy and sell stocks in New York. Paul Julius Reuters started his news agency in 1851 by exploiting the stockbrokers' hunger for hard and fast information. He started out using carrier pigeons. But in July 1985, his successors finally bridged the gap between supplying information and dealing in stocks and shares themselves. They bought the rights to Instanet.
A dealer in stocks and shares requires news, information on prices. And the system we have introduced here is really a complete package. It enables the trader to look at prices in the world's markets and then to enter his orders on a computer terminal, so effectively replacing the traditional negotiation by telephone or by being physically on the stock market floor. So, shall we use the system to trade some Apple shares in the North American market? To do that, we call up the Apple display, and I see that in fact they're trading at the moment at $20 1/8, $20 1/4. That seems to me to be a good price. I think I'll buy a small number of shares of Apple. So I hit a single button, the buy button, and I enter my order, which will be 100 shares. And I want to buy them at market price. And then I hit a single button, which will transmit the order to the Instanet computer. And the answer will come right back saying that I have bought 100 Apple shares at $20 1/4. Shall we sell the Apple shares now? And to do that, all I do is press the sell button and confirm the quantity of shares, which is 100 shares. And the price is to be at the market price. And again, I simply press the action button, and within 2 seconds, I get a confirmation at the top of the screen, which would also be printed out on a printer. And this tells me that I've sold these shares at $20 1/8. So in fact, I'm afraid I've lost 1/8 of a dollar per share. That is $12.50, I'm afraid.
The stock exchange is going to lose a lot more than $12.50 to systems like Instanet unless it allows brokers to use the latest technology. Otherwise, London's stock exchange will simply fall off the world's electronic information network.